All right, guys. Welcome to Juicy Johnson Lifts. My name is Juicy Johnson. It's a pleasure to have you here. Hope your day's going all right. We're going to talk about the Bryce Lewis program that you guys can get for free on Boost Camp. I'll try to put a link in. I think you can put a link in. I'm assuming you can, but if not, yeah, just look it up. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly with this program. Not much bad stuff to say about it. It's just it's going to be me being a nitpicker. So, if you just want to get like the general idea of the program and you don't want to watch all the video, I would rank it like a 9 out of 10. There you go. Boom, 9 out of 10. Yay. Okay, but we're going to go through the good part of it first, then we're going to go into the bad, and then we're going to, there's not really an ugly portion. I just said that, I guess. Okay, so getting into the good portion of it, getting into what I liked about it. I liked that you squatted, benched, and you squatted and benched 3 times a week, which is really good because especially with my squat, you guys saw my last video. My squat goes down pretty fast if I'm not like on top of it. So my squat, my bench, good things to have for 3 times a week, and then deadlift twice a week, which is good. Starting off with squat, it was the same squat 3 times a week. You just worked on grooving, which I like, working on grooving, making sure that bar path's really good. Yeah, bench 3 times a week. I think you bench Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then on Friday you do a chest press machine, I believe, unless I switched up the days. Whatever. You do 3 days of actual bench press, and then you do one additional day of like chest press, which is good. And the deadlift, you have 1 day of banded deadlifts and then 1 day of like regular deadlifts, which I like also. So that's good for compound. Let's talk about the rest of the program. The rest of the program is pretty good. He has these things in the program that are called autonomy lifts, autonomy workouts, and I didn't like them at first. It all seemed like he was like, hey, I don't know what to put here, just do whatever you want. And I still kind of think that's kind of the case, but I kind of like autonomy lifts, guys. They're pretty cool. Having me be able to pick whatever I wanted is fun because on the day I might want to do something else. But I will say there was a lack of back in this program, so my autonomy lifts were basically back exercises. I did one because you get 2 on Wednesday, and I would do a back exercise and then I would do a bicep exercise. So that's how it worked out. That's how I ended up doing that autonomy exercise. But I like the idea of autonomy exercise. If you really like to do this specific exercise that's not in a program ever, because it's super like, I don't know, I'm not looking at you, Grace Butler, but your inclined fucking RDLs, like no one programs that. But yeah, autonomy exercise is good. Moving into like the other, like a lot of the accessories didn't change, which is good because I don't really care for that too much when you're doing 3x8 1 week and then you're doing 4x25. No, it's like just keep it kind of the same. Keep pushing yourself. That's how I like to do my accessories. Is like don't change it that much, but change the weight and like progressive overload that. So that was really good. I will preface by saying I actually did this split on a cut, so I will not be talking about how my weight went down, even though it did, because but like it didn't go down by that much, and also I was cutting, so like I definitely am not gonna bash this because that would have happened with any program I did. Another thing I like about this program is that the workouts are actually really, really short. I got done with like a majority of mine in less than an hour, and if I didn't beat it. If I didn't complete it in less than an hour, I beat it. Oh my god, it's not a fucking Mario level. Jeez, I complete it in like an hour and 10 max. Like it very rarely went over that hour mark. So, well, that actually says that on my program, because when I'm done with it, when I finished, it told me all my stats. And so my stats on this are, this is really awesome. 45 workouts, 45 hours. What? That's crazy. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, it's just wonderful. So 45 it's basically an hour for every single workout. I probably want a little bit more and less, whatever. So that's really cool. I like that. I try to make my programs like that now because I don't like having long workouts. I like getting what I need to have done and then leaving, and most likely taking a nap because I like naps. So okay, I think I talked about the good enough. I don't want this video to be too long, so we're kind of gonna run through everything. Now into the bad. Bad. I don't like that there was no squat variations in this whole thing. It was the same squat every single time, and for me, that's a problem. Obviously, I could have used one of those autonomy workouts, I guess, to change it. But I also already squatted in the days that had autonomy workouts, so it wouldn't really worked. I would have much preferred like maybe an SSB squat day, or like a tempo squat day, or like a pause squat. Like there was none of that. There was for deadlift, but nothing else. Like even bench, like every bench day was just a comp bench, which is how I bench anyways. So it's like it just seemed very weird. Like there was deadlift variations, but there weren't squat variations or bench variations, which I thought which I thought was very, very weird, because if you're gonna have variations for one, why wouldn't you just have at least one variation for others? I don't know. That's a big thing for me, because my squat ended up going down because I cut, but also because I think I was just doing RPE 7 every single time. That's another thing I don't like either. Personally, I don't like RPE for compounds. I would much rather just have RPE for your for accessories and leave it at that. I think percentage wise, it just works better for your compounds, because you know exactly what you need to lift. There's nothing like, RPE, I don't know how many left ahead in the tank, because that's my problem. Because when I'm squatting, I feel like a bitch. And I don't know how many I have left. It's RPE 8. I stop maybe RPE 6 or 7. And that is a problem on me, but also I would like that alternative to have percentage, so I know what I'm doing. Hey, I'm doing this, let's do this, and then I grow from there. Like what I do in my programs when I program people is I have percentage ranges. So I say like for if you're doing 5 reps right now, a range from 75, which is technically what you should be doing for 6, and like 82.5. So like that range where you can afford to increase weight or decrease weight, but still in that range where you're still going to be doing pretty good. If that makes sense. Does that make any sense? I don't know if it makes any sense, but I don't like RPE for compounds. That's basically the point. What's other bad stuff? I think the ab exercises. Now, I'm not a huge ab exercise man, but if you're going to put ab exercises in, you might want to put like more than once a week, I guess, or one that will actually train more. I don't know. He just put wood chops in there. Not that I hate wood chops. I think wood chops are great, but it was also just kind of like, it just seemed very thrown in. The rep scheme and set scheme was just like, I don't know. Maybe that's me. Maybe that's a me thing, but I didn't. It wasn't. Yeah. Okay, so I actually can't think of anything else I want to say. I think that covers the majority of it, like the RPE and the variations, but I also like the program. Would I recommend this program? Yes, but don't do it on a cut. If you're on a cut, if you want to do it on a cut, do it on a cut, but just know it's not going to increase it might not increase your lifts, which is normal. Overall, I think it was a pretty good program. If I were to do anything, the cops are coming to get me. If I were to do anything, I would have probably changed at least one of the squat days into a pause squat or something, just to like have that variation. That's what I would have done if I were to do this program again, which, you know what, I might come back to it someday. But overall, yeah, like I said before, I think I would give this a 9 out of 10. So if you are interested in looking at this program or seeing what it has to offer, I'll put it in the description. You guys can check it out. It's free on Boostcamp. Download Boostcamp. I'm not sponsored, but if they want to sponsor me, I'm open, guys. Boostcamp, don't worry, you got no competition. All right, that concludes this kind of mini talk. I'm going to try to chop it down a lot so it's not 10 minutes because this is what it's at right now. Have a good day, everybody. Juicy Johnson Lifts Season 2, Episode 1 is coming out soon. So just stay tuned, guys. All right, bye-bye.